Thomas Tuchel is the new England manager, and I am over the moon. We have finally got a manager who is extremely good and has a fantastic record in knockout football. He's won a Champions League. He took PSG to their first ever Champions League final. He's won league titles. He's won other cups. He is a top manager. The response from the English media has been nothing short of a disgrace. We're going to jump through some tweets and the Daily Mail especially because their response to him being announced is genuinely mind-blowing. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. The road to 30,000 subscribers is well and truly on. Now, just last week, the media, the English media, some of the newspapers were saying it's hugely ambitious for England to try and approach Pep Guardiola. We all know his contract expires at the end of next summer. Now, of course, Guardiola is the best football coach in the world and is renowned as one of the best football managers of all time. However, if you look at the current selection of managers available, you've got the likes of Zinedine Zidane. He is never going to manage England. You've got the likes of Thomas Tuchel. And that is pretty much it in terms of available managers of that level. Obviously, Eddie Howe is probably the best English manager out there, and it's been reported that the FA did not approach him, which I do find a little bit strange, but when you look at him against Thomas Tuchel, there is no comparison. Just read this. Big up to HLTCO, a Crystal Palace fan. The Daily Mail page is an absolute disgrace. I know people will say to ignore it and not afford it oxygen, but it's simply embarrassing. Putting the word German in capital letters in 2024 is a sort of utterly backwards BS. I agree. We're not in 1939 anymore. A dark day for England. Three Lions gamble on a German, but Tuchel only has 18 months to prove he's up for it. And then it says, if you can actually read some of that, international football should be the best of ours versus the best of theirs. So this is the same English media that applauded the Lionesses for winning the Euros just a couple of years ago. And, of course, Serena, is it Serena? I think her name is, or Serena? She's Dutch. We wanted Guardiola because he's Spanish. He's not English. The English women's coach is Dutch. I don't understand what we're doing here. Her name is, Serena Wiegman is she was born in, the Netherlands. It's madness to me. And look at this response. This is the Daily Mail. Then you're seeing credible pundits. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, two of the biggest football pundits in Europe, especially in this country. They are the top two. Tuchel's $5 million a year England mega deal. Thomas Tuchel has agreed to become New England manager and is expected to fly into London this week to sign a contract. It then gets announced today. Thomas Tuchel has done his first ever interview as the New England head coach. And at Wembley, he said, I am proud to represent England. I want to put a second star on this shirt, mate. That is what I want to hear. We will work hard for the biggest target in football, making our dream come true at World Cup 2026. I have a German passport, but all of the supporters can feel my passion for the English Premier League. How I love to work here, how I love to live here. Hopefully, I can convince them I am proud to be the England manager. I actually rate that. This guy, let's look at Thomas Tuchel's footballing CV, right? Let's look at his footballing CV. So, he has won a Champions League. He has won a Bundesliga. He has won 2 Ligue 1 titles. He's won a German Cup with Borussia Dortmund. He's won a Super Cup with Chelsea. He's won a Club World Cup with Chelsea. He's won 2 Super Cups, a French League Cup with PSG. He's won Stuttgart Under-19s League and Mainz Under-19s League. And he's also won the world's best club coach back in 2021 when he was managing Chelsea. I think it's a phenomenal appointment. I look at his record in knockout football. Like I said earlier, he was the first manager to get PSG into a Champions League final, right? He was the first. He was the second manager to win the Champions League with Chelsea. Um, he was asked why England are not Man United. Thomas Tuchel said, "Well, I like the idea here at the FA and the way the CFO Mark has presented it. There was a decision for this job and not against anyone else or club." You got to understand. You have to understand. Thomas Tuchel is regarded as one of the best coaches in the world. And for the FA to get a manager like Thomas Tuchel in, Harry Kane has already played under this guy as well. Harry Kane reacts to Tuchel as the new head coach. I'm looking forward to working under Thomas Tuchel again. Can't wait. We've got an elite gaffer now. Top 10 coaches in world football. He's won the biggest trophy you can win. He's got an excellent knockout record in football. Why do we, just because he's not English? So let's have a look. Other than Eddie Howe, what other English manager is out there and available? Graham Potter? Well, Thomas Tuchel trumps Graham Potter and he trumps Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe and Graham Potter have won nothing to the level of this guy just because he's German. I think that is absolutely disgusting. The media report from that. I think that is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, you can say, okay, the French manager is French. The Italian manager is Italian. The Spain manager is Spanish. The Portugal manager is Spanish. Why are they not getting any pelters? You know, did the Portugal Football Federation kick off like this? He's an elite gaffer. People just need to put their views to one side and admit he's the best available manager we could get at this time. You know, I think he's a very, very good manager who's won the biggest honors, and I don't really see a downside to him being the New England manager. The guy has won major honors. You know, he's had a year out of football or so from the Bayern Munich job. He's available. Gary Neville's coming out saying he thinks it's going to discredit the English potential for managers. Like, I'm baffled at this. I'm absolutely baffled. Graham Potter and Thomas Tuchel are not at the same level. Sorry, Graham Potter and Eddie Howe are not at the same level as Thomas Tuchel. It's an 18-month deal, so if it doesn't work out, we can always move him on. You know, he's always said he's always been linked to the English job. The only other potential job that he could look at is Man United. And I always said I didn't think he was the right appointment for England at that time. And England have had managers in the past that have won incredible things, like Fabio Capello, for instance, when he managed us. You know, Fabio Capello, I'm not sure how old he was at the time, but he's 78 now. If you look at his the CV he's got, he's won a Champions League. He won 5 Scudettos. He won 4 Super Cups, 1 Europa League, 2 Spanish League titles, 4 Italian Super Cups. You know, the guy was absolutely stacked, and he won the Champions League in 1993 with AC Milan. I don't remember there being this much of an uproar about, you know, Thomas Tuchel being or a foreign manager managing England, Sven-Göran Eriksson. And the bit that Daily Mail mentioned about Sven-Göran Eriksson saying he only took the job for a cash cow. That man passed away only a couple of months ago. Show some respect. This is the media at its absolute worst, and I think it's disgraceful. Genuinely, I do. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Thomas Tuchel will succeed as England manager? I think he is going to have a very, very good time as England manager. I look at him in terms of, I think he's got the ego and the footballing CV to manage our players. The squad is stacked of talent with Palmer, with Kane, with Foden, with Jude, with Rice, with Saka, you know, Stones, the Kobe Mainu. The level of talent we've got is arguably the best we've had in, 20 years or so. And I genuinely think this squad, under the right manager, with the right coaching, Why can't England go on and win things? We've got a great chance now. A great chance to go and win major honours. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. I am